Caddis Maximus here, this time with a quick review of the OTC 1092 10-ton gear and pulley puller. One thing I'll mention is that the 1092 itself is no longer for sale from OTC, and I don't have any idea why. They have all sorts of other similar pullers. They also have this puller in a set, but they have like 200 pullers listed on their website, and they do not have this 10-ton 2-jaw 12-inch beam puller. They have hydraulic versions and push pullers, and I'm not exactly sure. Maybe people were having too many issues with this style of puller at a 10-ton or higher capacity, although I'm not exactly sure why. Anyway, this does have a 10 or a 12-inch beam. It has a maximum spacing of about 12 inches, or excuse me, about 10 inches between the jaw. That would be the maximum pulling diameter. You've got an 8-inch bolt with about 6 inches of effective travel, and at its deepest setting you can pull something that's just about, and in the lowest setting you have about 8 inches of reach from the bottom of the jaw to the top of the beam. So that'd be about the deepest it can go. What is nice is it has these forged steel arms, and they are pretty heavy duty with through pins, and a really nice wide, broad, and deep hook. And so you have 3 positions. You can either do fully extended, position 2 of course, or position 3. Another interesting fact is you can do asymmetrical pulling such as this. I've only done it once, but there was a situation where the parts I had to hook onto were slightly offset, and it actually worked out just offsetting them like this. You can also attach bolts and washers through these 1/2-inch slots on the top of the beam and use it as a push type puller as well. Let's take a quick look at the beam, and it's just a really heavy duty solid piece of steel with 2 large slots cut in it. So this is a pretty durable tool. And then there's the little logo. OTC stands for Owatonna Tool Company. They are actually a storied tool company. It's been around for, I believe, around 100 years, or quite a long time. In 2012, they were purchased by Bosch, and when you go to their website and click on About OTC, they don't even mention any of that history of the Owatonna Tool Company. It just says that they were bought by Bosch, and then gives you a big blurb about Bosch, which I think is disappointing. They really should do a little more respect on how old and how long OTC has been around. Anyway, this puller I did buy used. I think new they were well over $100. But it's nice to have a puller that's like this style, the beam style, because they're actually a lot easier to use than the 3-arm pullers in many situations. You just have to make sure that the puller is really well centered on the object. The nice thing about it is they're really easily adjusted, being able to move these arms back and forth. And if you have problems with the twisting, what's also nice is it's real easy to put an adjustable end wrench over one end of this, and you can hold it real stable while you're driving the center screw down. And so that was just a quick review of this OTC H-beam 2-arm puller, and I generally recommend them. They're just so much easier to use. Once you get it on the gear, you can use 2 hands to kind of hold the jaws together while you get it tensioned up, and it's much easier to do that than with the 3-jaw puller. The nice wide jaws really get a good grip. I mean, the biggest thing I'd worry about on this is just the fact that you have 2 points, and if you're pulling like an aluminum belt pulley or something, yeah, just the 2 points could easily break off the edge of the aluminum pulley, so that's something to be aware of. Otherwise, these are what I'd recommend getting before you even get a 3-jaw puller, because of how much you have to fidget around with the 3-jaw pullers. They have those arms and then the linkages, and they really flop around a lot, where this is much more secure. And then once you get the arms into position, these little pegs will bind on the H-beam, so this arm doesn't want to slide back and forth actually during the pulling operation. Anyway, that was just another quick review from Caddis Maximus. I really appreciate everybody watching. Please subscribe.